I can't believe that it's been almost 4 decades since this game came out, and also the fact that this game released when I was born in 1988. I'm 36, which means this game is 36 years old, and it's crazy. It's still one of my favorite games. I remember playing this back in the early 90s. I want to say I played this first time in 92 or 93, and I loved it then, and I still love it now. Back then it was called Dragon Warrior 3, because they couldn't call it Dragon Quest in the West, but I loved playing it back then, and it's still good now. And the fact it's got this visual upgrade is just chef's kiss. We're going to be talking about that remake today on this video, and huge shout out to Square-Enix for providing a review copy. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about Dragon Quest III HD-2D Remake. Amid today's abundance of sprawling RPGs like Metaphor ReFantasia, which you should play if you haven't already, that's actually one of my games of the year, Dragon Age The Veilguard, Elden Ring and its expansion, Cyberpunk 2077, and Baldur's Gate 3, which you also should play that if you haven't already, it's easy to get lost in intricate worlds filled with branching narratives and tough choices. And honestly, in this day and age, especially if you're someone like me who's in their mid to late 30s, you really don't have a lot of time to really invest in a lot of these games. A lot of these games are time sinks. So while there's so many coming out, you're probably wondering, oh my god, which one do I pick and play and I can just devote 100% to, because they're coming out like clockwork. I got you. Relax. You're gonna get some. While these epic experiences can be rewarding, sometimes all you want is an adventure free of complexity, a journey focused on exploration, growth, and battling monsters. That's exactly what Dragon Quest III HD-2D Remake delivers, and it does so with style and polish. It's a classic quest that's reimagined. Now, originally, this was released in 1988 as Dragon Warrior 3 in North America. The game tells a simple yet enduring tale. You're the child of Ortega, a fallen hero who failed to defeat the evil archfiend Baramos. On your 16th birthday, you're summoned by the king to take up the mantle and finish what your father started. What follows is a classic RPG journey, venturing from town to town, solving local problems, and slowly piecing together what's needed to save the world. The story is straightforward, yet enriched by this remake's thoughtful additions. Flashback scenes add emotional depth, particularly moments showing your mother's quiet fears of losing you, just as she lost Ortega. Along the way, you meet people who knew your father, and their memories of him are shown through sepia-tone vignettes. Bring both heart and weight to your quests. These updates make later story beats resonate in ways that the original just couldn't achieve. Now, when it comes to the gameplay, it stands the test of time. Here's why. At its heart, Dragon Quest III remains an adventure-driven RPG focused on exploration and combat. The core gameplay loop is largely unchanged. Journey through dungeons, battle monsters, and upgrade your equipment in preparation for a greater challenge. The combat retains its turn-based roots, requiring players to plan their actions at the start of each round. It's a system that's easy to grasp, yet offers a satisfying challenge, especially as you manage buffs, debuffs, and status effects. The vocation system, which is a hallmark of the game, shines in this remake. Early on, you assemble a party of characters with distinct jobs, such as warrior, mage, or healer. As your adventure progresses, you can switch their vocations at Altrades Abbey, resetting their level but retaining half their stats and learned abilities. This system encourages experimentation, allowing for creative builds like a spell-slinging warrior or a fast, evasive mage. A new addition, which is the Monster Wrangler class, adds even more depth. This vocation lets you recruit monsters, access unique abilities, and dominate challenging battles. In one particularly tough post-game scenario, turning most of my party into Monster Wranglers proved to be a game changer. The inclusion of the monster arena and recruitable creatures brings fresh excitement to the familiar formula. Now, while this is a HD 2D remake or 2D HD remake, it is modernized, but it respects the past. Here's why. The remake introduces quality of life improvements that make the experience smoother without sacrificing its charm. Features like quest markers, difficulty settings, faster battle speeds, and dungeon fast travel reduce frustration while keeping exploration and decision making intact. Even the option to retry battles without losing gold helps lower the barrier for newcomers. For purists, these features can be disabled, preserving the original experience. And despite these updates, the sense of discovery remains strong. Exploring the open world still requires talking to NPCs, piecing together clues, and sometimes even waiting for the right time of day. Hidden treasures, side quests, and recruitable monsters encourage thorough exploration, ensuring the game retains its adventurous spirit. Not only is this a stunning visual chef's kiss to look at, but man, it's a musical revival. It's a symphony to the ears. Let's talk about it. This remake's most striking feature is its HD 2D presentation. While it shares its style with games like Octopath Traveler and Triangle Strategy, this version of HD 2D feels distinct. The environments are crisp, colorful, and vibrant, resembling miniature dioramas. Toriyama's iconic character and monster designs shine, and even familiar locations feel refreshed, blending nostalgia with modern aesthetics. The soundtrack sourced from the 2005 Dragon Quest III Symphonic Suite, conducted by Koichi Sugiyama, remains a highlight. Though not newly orchestrated, the re-recorded tracks sound rich and timeless, perfectly complementing the visuals. And all that being said, I just have to say that Dragon Quest III 2D HD or HD2, I keep mixing those, but you know what I'm talking about. Man, it's a perfect balance of old and new married together. While largely faithful to the original, this remake modernizes the experience in all the right ways. It retains the charm and simplicity that made Dragon Quest III a classic, while introducing features that enhance accessibility and replayability. Whether you're a longtime fan or a newcomer, this is an ideal entry point into the series. And truthfully speaking, sometimes all you need in an RPG is a sword, some magic, and a world brimming with monsters that needs to be explored and monsters that need to be vanquished. That works for me. Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake delivers just that, proving that even decades later, and I mean, I'm 36 at the time of this recording. This game came out the year I was born. So like almost 4 decades later, this game is still a great adventure that never goes out of style. However, I need to bring this up because if I don't, I would be doing you guys a disservice. If you are someone who plays RPGs and your biggest exposure to RPGs is Like a Dragon, or Yakuza Like a Dragon, or Infinite Wealth, or if it's the modern Persona games, you're probably going to have some challenges with going into Dragon Quest III 2D HD Remake, or was it HD 2D? However, you know what I mean. And it's because while there are story bits, it's not always out and in your face, right? It's very much a by the books classic Dragon Quest or classic RPG experience from the late 80s to the early 90s. That's what it is. It's not going to be for everyone. There are going to be people that are going to find issue with that, and that's okay. It's fine. It's not for everyone. But if you write it off because it's not Final Fantasy VII Remake or Rebirth or Persona 5 or 4 or 3 Reload, or if it's not, Metaphor ReFantazio or all the modern flashy games that are out, you're doing yourself a disservice. Pick up this game, play it. You're gonna like it. It's gonna challenge you because it retains its old school tough as nails challenge. There are gonna be times when you do need to go out and grind, that way you can get better. But it's worth it. I wouldn't have it any other way. So that's a review for Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. What do you guys think of it? And also, big shout out to Square-Enix for providing a review copy of the game. If you want to pick it up, links will be in the description below. But all that being said, hope to see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, be blessed, have aloha, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, and ahoy.